if he's in the box, he's coming, and he's coming hard and fast.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to On the Bear Tonight, the worst Chicago Bears fan show in the known universe. The guys in our numbers department say that we're going to be the world's largest Bears fan media network by 2040, so look forward to that. Welcome to our recap show, where I play armchair quarterback and criticize and critique grown men who are more successful than me and will make more money than I could possibly dream of. It's opening week for the NFL, the holiest of holidays for all dudes across the world. As we all know, week 1 is the most important day of the football year. If you can't win game 1, then your team sucks and you should probably just pack it in. The Bears got the privilege of hosting the 49ers for opening day. The 49ers are much like the Bears. Both teams were really good in the 80s, but now they both suck, and people have to pretend they're relevant. The 49ers are rolling into Soldier Field with a brand new quarterback, Trey Lance out of North Dakota State University. Never heard of it? Neither have I. Trey Lance is, of course, replacing Italian pretty boy Jimmy Garoppolo. For the Bears, let's catch you up to speed. Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace have both been banished to the Phantom Zone, where they can never hurt us or harm humanity ever again. Now we have two new bozos to laugh at. General Manager Ryan Poles and Head Coach Matt Eberflus. Ryan Poles made it known in the offseason that this would be a rebuilding year for the Bears. He traded away Khalil Mack to the Chargers and wasn't involved with any big free agent signings in the offseason. He was able to draft 12 different players in the draft, however, so that was nice. I couldn't blame him for making the decision to rebuild, as Pace left this team extremely bare with assets to compete. The main point of worry is, will we be able to see enough from our favorite Christian quarterback, Justin Fields, with this on-paper limited roster? Poles didn't exactly go out of his way to require weapons or protection for Fields. A lot of the haters in the media think the Bears are going to suck ass this season. Now, I get it, we're the Bears, but come on, we can't be that bad, right? On paper, this is a bad team, but people said the White Sox were going to be good on paper, and they've sucked ass all season, so I don't want to hear anything about how good this team is on paper. And look, we still got the Lions in our division, and they're like the equivalent of a biblical plague. Well, the best way to find out what this Bears team is going to be is watching the first game of the season and seeing how they play. It was a rainy Sunday morning here in Chicagoland, and the city of Chicago is doing its damnedest to show everybody how bad they are at maintaining field conditions at Soldier Field. I wonder why the Bears would ever want to move out of here. The first possession by the Bears ended with a very unimpressive 3-and-out, and the 49ers' first possession ended with a fumble via a classic Peanut Tillman punch by cornerback Jalen Johnson. The first possessions for both teams would end up setting the tone for the rest of the game. Slow, boring, sloggy football. You gotta love it. The game conditions were awful, so neither Justin Fields or Trey Lance were able to sling it down the field much. However, the 49ers offense was able to adapt and get better results than the Bears in the first half. The first quarter resulted in no points by either side, but in the second quarter, a drive from Trey Lance and the Niners results in a Deebo Samuel touchdown. Really nice lack of tackling there from Eddie Jackson on that one. Seems he isn't really learning from last season. The Bears ended the first half by committing a very obscure penalty while trying to kick a field goal. Apparently, you can't pat the ground to make a drier surface for the football. That results in the Bears having to go for a punt instead. Overall, it was a very poor show from the Bears in the first half. The team came out sloppy, and only the defense was really able to keep it together. If you didn't tell me, I still would have thought this team was being coached by Matt Nagy. However, one of the things that did Matt Nagy in was his inability to change the playbook and get different results. Can Matt Eberflus and crew flip the script in the second half? Yes, surprisingly. The Niners started off with a field goal to start the second half. It could have been a touchdown if not for the talents of Dominique Robinson, who got himself a big-time third down sack. After that, we got to see Christian quarterback Justin Fields will a touchdown out of nothing. The pocket collapses and he has the vision to throw to a wide-open Dante Pettis, who got a 51-yard touchdown. Roquan Smith stops Trey Lance short, and the Bears are running down the field again. Big passes, RPOs, the 49ers shooting themselves in the foot. This drive has it all, and the cherry on top, an 18-yard passing touchdown. The Bears, who looked dead in the water in the first half, have come back and taken the lead. Did somebody order an Eddie Jackson interception? Yes, I did actually. Thank you very much. This was actually the first Eddie Jackson interception since 2019. Hopefully we can get a return to good old-fashioned 2018 Eddie Jackson, and not I can't tackle 2021 Eddie Jackson. The good field position ends up with another Bears touchdown. And oh look, Cairo Santos missed an extra point. That's the second one today he's missed. Hopefully it's just the bad weather conditions, and hopefully he doesn't suck. because, that wouldn't be nice. And the Bears' lead would stick, thanks in large part to the Bears' defense, the 49ers' lack of discipline, and God himself. And the Bears slide themselves into an opening day victory. Final score of the game, Bears 19, 49ers 10. Look at these beautiful boys, just having a fun day out in the rain. You gotta love it. Take the L out of Matt Eberflus, because now it's Matt Eberflus. No better way to start off a season than with a W. Was it pretty? No. The Bears were beaten in time of possession, among other stats, and a more disciplined team might have been able to come on top. But you know what? Who cares? Football isn't won with fantasy football points or beauty. It's won with the heart and the passion. And the Bears had it on opening week. You can bitch all you want, Nick Bosa, but the Bears beat your team. Now it's time for the Best Bear Boy of the Week award. This award will be for the best Bears player for each week's performance. Dominique Robinson with 1.5 sacks and Roquan Smith with 7 tackles were all worthy candidates. But I'm going to have to give it to Justin Fields, who came up with a big-time touchdown pass to help swing the game's momentum and help change the fate of today's game. Great job, Justin. Now let's take a look at Around the NFL, the part of the show where I laugh at other NFL teams for a change. Our boy, Kissin' Titties Mitch, makes an impression on Steelers Nation as he leads the Steelers to an overtime victory over the defending AFC champions, the Bengals. It wasn't all fun and games for Mitch, though. He had to witness his team hit another field goal that hit the uprights. Poor guy's gonna have to be in therapy for weeks. Mac Jones, Bill Belichick, and the Patriots lose opening day to the Dolphins. Newcomer and the Dolphins, Tyreek Hill, had himself a nice little game with 94 receiving yards. But the most important thing about this game, it's making us all ask the question, was Tom Brady really a system quarterback, or is Bill Belichick a hack fraud? We'll find out as the season continues. The Packers lost. I don't really have to say anything more, do I? I mean, shit, the Packers lost. That's pretty cool. And finally, new Denver Bronco Russell Wilson got his ass booed when he returned to Seattle for Monday Night Football. The Broncos lost the game because we as a collective nation found out that Nathaniel Hackett is the next Matt Nagy, just an idiot galaxy brain coach who doesn't know what he's doing. Fantastic. Before we sign off for week 1, let's take a look at next week's game for the Bears. Our beautiful boys will travel up to Satan's headquarters, aka Lambeau Field, to take on Aaron Rodgers and the Packers for a primetime Sunday night matchup. For our predictions next week, let's bring you over to our field reporter, who's up in Green Bay right now, Chicago's #1 sports reporter, Tony Romano.
Hey, hey, ho, ho. Trey Lance has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Trey Lance has got to go.
Whoa, what's wrong, Tony? What's going on here?
Anti-Italian discrimination, that's what's going on. Kyle Shanahan took out Jimmy Garoppolo and replaced him with Trey Lance because he hates us hard-working Italian Americans. What's the matter, Shanahan? You don't like quarterbacks whose last names end with a vowel?
You know, Tony, Trey Lance's name ends with an E. Last time I checked, that's a vowel as well.
Shut up, okay? A bunch of friggin' Italian haters, the lot of you.
Alright, look, can you do your job and tell me the predictions for next week's game?
Yeah, sure, whatever. It's just the persecution of my entire people. Okay, so I friggin' hate the Packers. Nobody in the country likes this friggin' team who can't win in big moments. Oh sure, they'll beat up the Bears and the other crappy teams in the NFC Central, but when it comes time for the playoffs, Rodgers can't show up. And Green Bay, what type of city is that? It's like Joliet, but like 100 times worse. Their entire culture is cheese and long-haired creeps playing football. Speaking of long-haired creeps, Aaron Rodgers is into crystals now, and he's got a girlfriend whose name is like Blue Earth Mother or some hip crap like that. You could date anyone you want to, and you date this lady who probably doesn't shower because her horoscope said it was a bad idea, you freaking bonehead. Well, all that being said, the long-haired hippie's probably going to beat the Bears. I don't think the Bears have the passion to win yet against the Packers in Green Bay. They still suck in a lot of areas, and Aaron Rodgers puts more effort into beating the Bears than he puts into trying to win in the playoffs. So, Tony's pick for next week is going to be Packers 33, Bears 7. Hey, can we change the name of the show to my suggestion?
No, Tony. Dick's Out for Ditka is not as good as On the Bear Tonight.
You're a freaking bonehead. Dick's Out for Ditka is a gold mine.
Well, folks, thanks for watching the show. Will the Bears win the Super Bowl this year? No. But hopefully this team has more games like they did Sunday. This could be a very fun group of guys to watch this season as Eberflus and Poles build towards the future. Or it could suck ass and today is an outlier. Who knows? I hope you enjoyed this silly little video of mine. If you like the show, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, leave a comment, and share this video with all your friends. I'll see you next week. Good night, God bless, and go Bears.